Hello, everyone, and welcome to BOW, Brokers, Opens, and Tours Worldwide, and we're with Florida Closing and Escrow with John Iowanu, expert real estate attorney. And as most of you know, they're located in Sunny Isles, the main office, with multiple other locations, and are mobile, digital, wireless, and remote, and help structure your deals to close from contract to closings. They are multilingual and assist you from contract to closing with residential, commercial, in-state, out-of-state, out-of-country buyers and sellers. So we're here to help you with your success. We're going to give some updates at the end about real estate news and some good marketing tools and tips. But let's start with today's subject, and that's perfecting the extension addendum and protecting your buyers with permits. So, John, if you'll begin.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Cindy. Hi, everyone. I'm going to share my screen now. We're going to talk about two topics today. And then we'll
I'll give
explain
an
each.
update.
Okay, so do you see this first slide here, addendum to contract?
Yes.
Cindy, do you see it? Okay. So this is an addendum to contract. Don't use this one. For extensions of any kind, definitely do not use this one. This is a blank addendum for terms of a contract that need to be prepared by, or at least reviewed by, an attorney. As we know, the contract is a legal document and it's been approved by the Florida Bar and the Association of Realtors. Any changes to that document, realtors are basically practicing law without a license. So you definitely want to avoid this addendum as much as possible. I know that I've seen realtors put, okay, the contract date is extended to so-and-so, and I just put that here, and I think it's okay. There's a better form that I highly recommend using, and it's so much easier to do, and that is this form here, the extension addendum to contract. This is in dot loop and in form simplicity. So simple, it's basically already filled out for you. You just put the effective date here. And also the good news about this extension addendum, it's for the residential contract, for a vacant land contract, and even for a commercial contract. So you put the effective date here, buyer and seller names go here, property address in the middle. And then all you have to do is just check off this box here, closing date, and then you just add the date here that you want the closing date extended to. And that's it. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. This form is approved by the Florida Association of Realtors, and it's been prepared by them. So you can fill out this form. You're not violating any laws or rules or anything like that. Also, what's good about this addendum, extension addendum, is there's also a box for the financing period. If you're coming up to the loan approval period and it hasn't been approved yet by the lender, then make sure that this extension box is checked off. This allows the buyer's lender more time to get a loan approval without being in violation of the loan approval period. Also, what's great about this extension addendum is the third box here, inspection period. If there's an issue, if the inspector maybe found something, or if the inspection wasn't able to be done for a certain reason, maybe the tenant wasn't available, maybe the property wasn't available, make sure to check off box 3, and it's already pre-printed here for you. It says seller and buyer agree to extend the inspection period. You can put a number of days you want it extended to, or put the actual date here for the inspection. So 3 great extension topics right here at the top to use. Please don't use the blank form, use this one. A couple other ones are title cure, that's not really a big issue. Short sale, that's no longer an issue. Feasibility study. Due diligence here on the bottom, that's more for commercial contracts. And if you do want to add anything additional to the extension, maybe it's just not the extension. Maybe you want to say, and the seller agrees to fix the AC or fix some tiles or fix some furniture or whatnot. You can put that here in this box. This extension will be on the same terms and conditions as stated in the renewal contract, except, and you can put additional terms here as well. So highly recommend using this form. It's a great tool and it's so easy to do because it's already pre-printed and ready to go. And now the second topic I want to talk about is permits. We're going to look to the contract. This is on page 6 of 12 of the contract. And we're looking at paragraph 12, subsection C, that says or talks about seller's assistance and cooperation in closing out of building permits. So I want to read this real briefly and go over it because it's very important and can be very costly to the buyer if not taken care of in the contract. It says, if buyer's inspection of the property identifies open or needed building permits, then seller shall promptly deliver to buyer all plans, written documentation, or other information in seller's possession, knowledge, or control relating to improvements to the property which are the subject of such open or needed permits, and shall promptly cooperate in good faith with buyer's efforts to obtain estimates of repairs or other work necessary to resolve such permit issues. Seller's obligation to cooperate shall include seller's execution of necessary authorizations, consents, and other documents necessary for buyer to conduct inspections and have estimates of such repairs or work prepared. And here's the important part, and we have to be careful with this. But in fulfilling such obligation, seller shall not be required to expend or become obligated to expend any money. So basically what that says is if there are open permits, seller's going to help buyer close them out, but seller does not have to spend any money to do that. So what does that mean? Now this becomes the buyer's responsibility. If there's an open permit, let's say the seller did work on the kitchen, did some renovations, and there's an open permit, that open permit now needs to be paid by the buyer. If there's any work or additional fees or fines associated with that, that now is the responsibility of the buyer. So how do we prevent that from happening? What we must do to protect the buyer is on page 12 in the additional terms section, we add this additional language. If there exists any open, needed, or expired permits or violations, then seller shall, at seller's sole cost and expense, close out any and all permits and or violations prior to closing. So this is a language that I highly recommend including in the contract. It protects the buyer immensely. Open, needed, or expired permits can be very costly. There was an issue that at one point we saw a $20,000 expired permit cost. So please be careful with this issue and make sure to include this language in the additional terms section regarding permits. And remember to use the extension addendum prepared by the Florida Association of Realtors, and then you'll be good to go. If you do have questions and you need any assistance in reviewing or preparing the contract, please give me a call or send me an email.
Okay, thank you so much, John. And that's one of the positive things about Florida Closing and Escrow. They'll do contract draft, contract review, include addendums, and really assist you. And even if you have a first-time home buyer, do some hold handing and answer any questions and go out of the way and be available 23/7, right, John? Gets a little hour sleep and time off.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's do some quick real estate news. The real estate market is still hot, although the national rental update is that there are early signs of some cooling off as historic highs had been hit per a report issued Tuesday by the online rental marketplace Zumper. The rents had gone up, increased by 0.5% nationally from a month ago, but were down from the growth rate of 1 to 2%. The price to buy a 2-bedroom home has decreased by 2.9% between May and June. So some new home buyers were jumping in, and the rental market is still very strong, as we know, due to the lack of inventory, which is still true for buyers as well. Rents in Miami have risen 58% since March of 2020. And Miami is the drop from actually the third now to the 5th most expensive place to rent. The Mortgage Brokers Association says home buyers that are asking for mortgages are asking for smaller loans due to the increase in the rates and the pricing and everything. Also, an update about condo reserves. Starting in 2020, the Florida law will require condo boards to set aside money to cover future major repairs. They'll have to do reserve studies to analyze what the finances are and the potential repairs would cost. And this is in the wake of the condo collapse that happened in Surfside. Also, let's talk about some new hot sales and purchases. Oracle founder, tech billionaire Larry Ellison was a buyer of record-breaking proportion with $173 million for his Florida purchase in Palm Beach, 63,000 square feet and 1,200 plus of oceanfront property. And I think it was $74 million prior. Many billionaires have been flocking from Miami Beach to Palm Beach, including casino mogul Steve Wynn. Artefacto owner Paulo Bach sold his hibiscus home on Miami Beach for $11 million. And John, do you have any feedback about how the market has been locally?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of higher end purchases going on for sure. The interest rates are slowing things down a little bit. The good news is I think that they'll stop climbing. And then I think buyers right now are just staying on the sideline and just waiting to see how high the interest rates are going to go. And once they plateau, then they'll jump back in. And also the good news is any sellers that were holding on to any properties that they were thinking of selling are going to start listing those, because they're also realizing that we might be at the peak of the market. And so demand is going to be still remaining strong. And now hopefully the supply will start to match that. So the rest of the year still looks good for real estate in South Florida.
Right. I believe there's just a slight leveling off, and the forecast is very positive ahead. And also, I'd like to mention a great tool that realtors can use. An agent earned $10,000 commission without showing a listing via automated showing service that streamlines the process via Show-Ami system. It alerts agents in the area about new opportunities, and usually within 3 minutes, you can get help for your showings, opens, or to grant access for inspectors and appraisers. It's basically an Uber for real estate. Pay per showing service that averages about $49 per home shown, and there's over 50,000 users to date. And it can assist an agent to get more buyers, since he literally doesn't have to be present, so he can extend his reach. With brokerages, it can help increase sales and profitability without any of the agents working more hours. And it also would help increase the retention of the new agents, since they'll learn to do the showings and gain more knowledge. And it's very easy to use this app. You just enter the time, date, and location of the property, and then see who's available. So I think this is a great tool, as well as the tools that BOW has to offer. Also, if you're not available to show your listing, you can send us pictures, videos, and we could put together a virtual open for you. And or if your buyers can't be present for a showing, we can do a live stream open or tour. So please contact me for details about those. And in addition, there's new streamlined services for digital targeted marketing. You can choose locations such as we know, New York. Many buyers are still looking to come down here, flocking here from the Northeast, California, and the high tax states, and coming here because of the tax reasons, the weather, and more. So if you want to target certain populations, I recommend the digital A1 targeted marketing, and there are now group deals available. Let's say you get 10 agents together that want to target a certain location. You can each spend just even $300 a month, and usually we recommend 3-month minimum to get the best results. So contact me for more details about that and for some novel marketing tools. And again, to work with Florida Closing and Escrow, the #1, which we received an award a week ago as being a top title agent in South Florida. And there is expert services and all professional, timely, and again, to help with your success. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can contact me for the marketing services and as the marketing liaison to Florida Closing and Escrow. Cindy Mirapol, bowlive.net, 786-457-6832, and Florida Closing and Escrow, 1-800-FL-CLOSE. And John, you get his hotline if you become a VIP agent, right?
Yeah, and like you said, the award, that's thanks to all the realtors out there that use
Yes,
us to,
we want to thank everyone. Right, correct. The big thanks goes to the team at Florida Closing and Escrow, and of course it wouldn't happen without all the valuable agents and loyal people that we work with who we greatly appreciate. And of course, Lalani and Old Republic as well. And in preparation for the holiday weekend, happy, healthy Independence Day, stay safe, happy 4th, and we'll be with you again shortly with some great updates. And if you have any questions or particular topics you'd be interested in us presenting, kindly contact us. And thank you for joining. Anything else, John?
No, like you said, happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yay, happy 4th. 2 great fireworks and have fun and be safe. Thank you.